Axis and Allies 1942 edition. I'm gonna try to go over some strategies that I think works. Um, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty good at the game. I've played about 60 games, 70 games of it now online. I get to play the board game every now and then. And it's gonna go by just like the game. I'm gonna be playing my stepson here, and I'll be basically telling you what I'm doing for each army. I'll make a couple of videos since they're probably gonna be long. But anyway, I'm the Allies, so I'm going to go first. Russia goes first. Basically, this is not a game where I'm going to teach you the game. This is a game for people, or this video is for people who've played the game, just looking for some ideas out there, because there's really not a lot of good strategy videos out there. I'm looking at the map upside down, so I'll make it easier for everybody. Go ahead and turn around. First move with Russia. I gotta buy units, and I'm just gonna do the normal, thing by 8 infantry. So basically, that's what I'm doing with my $24. With Russia, basically you're just trying to survive. You gotta really get Germany back off of you. First move, I'm gonna move these 3 infantry and this fighter to Norway. I'm also going to take this tank from Archangel 1-2. So that'll be our first battle right there. I got 3 infantry, a tank, and a fighter. He has 3 infantry and a fighter. Reason I'm doing that is for the simple fact that if I don't do that on his turn, he can fly in this bomber from Germany and the fighter from Norway and this sub from C-Zone 8 to C-Zone 2 and knock out the British fleet on his first move. But if I take out this fighter, that'll help, but also it makes it where he can't use this bomber because he won't be able to land it because it's 4 moves to get there. And normally he would have to, he would have the chance to fly back 2 and land with the bomber. But now if I take Norway, he won't be able to do that. So basically I'm going to save the UK fleet by doing this move. And then you of course have to take West Russia. With Russia, you got to get Germany away from Moscow. So he has 3 infantry, a tank, and artillery. I'm going to move in 2 of these infantry from Archangel. I'm going to grab a man. I'm going to move 1 man to here where I moved from to do that other attack. And basically what that's doing is that's preventing him from driving this tank and blitzing and going here and getting 4 IPCs his next turn. So basically I'm going to stop him. And I'm also going to pull in these 3 infantry from Russia. So that's a total of 5 infantry now. Artillery and these 2 tanks. And I'm going to fly in that fighter. So now we're looking at this battle. I have 5 infantry, 2 from Archangel, and the rest, everything else is basically from Russia. 2 tanks, artillery, a fighter, against his 3 infantry, tank, and artillery. And that'll push him back. Now some people will save one of those tanks and maybe the fighter and go for Ukraine right here with all these troops in Caucasus, but I'm not going to do that. Basically, that's like people call it the triple move. You go for Norway, then you go for West Russia, and then you go for Ukraine. But the problem with that is if you fail, all of a sudden you have nothing on the front lines, and Germany has the money to go right through you, and the troops. So I'm not going to risk it. So basically, that's the 2 moves I'm going to do. We're going to roll them out. And on non-combat moves, I'm going to just go ahead and do it. What you could do, see, Russia has a big threat of Japan. You got to block the top up here. You got to block the middle. You got to be aware if he takes India down here. So basically, with these infantry, it's really up to you how you want to do it. You could move them back to here If you're scared of the bombardment from the battleship, if he unloads troops by his transports, if you have all 6 of these men here, you could be scared of that. But generally, most people use this battleship to go to Pearl Harbor. So I'm not really scared of it. So I'm going to move all my guys up and keep the pressure on him. And that way, if he does move these infantry and this fighter over here to attack America his turn, I can move in and take this 3 pretty easy with my 6 infantry if he only leaves like 1 guy. So it's basically forcing him to leave a little defense here. So it's going to be harder to take China for Japan. Now, these rest of these troops, I'm going to move these 2 guys to Russia. I'm going to move these 2 guys to Caucasus. And these 2 guys I'm going to move to right there, trying to help out America guard my middle from Japan. Basically, that's all the moves I'm going to do, and we're going to roll this out. Oh yeah, the sub. Might as well move the sub over here with the British fleet. Basically, that's it for the first turn of Russia.